In 2004, a chilling series of events took place far away from shore, involving greed, betrayal, and a cold-blooded double murder that shook the boating community of Newport Beach, California. Thomas Hawks, a retired probation officer, Vietnam veteran, and bodybuilder, and his wife, Jackie, had been living the dream. They were avid boaters, deeply in love, and after decades of saving money, they had cultivated a tranquil life aboard their beautiful 55-foot yacht, the Well-Deserved, which they reportedly purchased for $300,000 and then updated with new technology. They were looking to sell their beloved boat that they had been using as their permanent residence for 2 years in order to settle down on land to be closer to their grandchild. The couple had raised 2 sons, and their younger son, Matt, and his wife were expecting a baby. A fresh start, a new chapter full of peace and family. But their dreams sadly never came to fruition. In November of 2004, Thomas and Jackie found a potential buyer, a young man named Skylar Deleon. Deleon was a former child actor, known for a small role in Power Rangers. However, his life had taken a very dark turn since then. He was deeply in debt and desperately searching for a way to make quick money. He arrived with his pregnant wife, Jennifer Henderson, and their young child, projecting an image of a respectable family man. The sale seemed straightforward enough. Deleon offered $430,000, and a sea trial was scheduled for November 15, 2004. Thomas and Jackie, along with Deleon, and reportedly 2 of Deleon's associates, a man named John Kennedy, who he claimed to be his accountant, and a man named Alonzo Machine, set sail. What the Hawks didn't know was that this sea trial was a meticulously planned execution. Once out at sea, far from shore and prying eyes, the true horror began. Thomas and Jackie were ambushed. They were bound, gagged, and their eyes were taped shut. Alonzo later testified that Deleon participated in the brutal assault. The Hawks were forced to sign over the boat's title and other financial documents. But signing over their assets wasn't enough for Deleon. He wanted to eliminate any witnesses. According to Alonzo's chilling testimony, Thomas and Jackie Hawks were tied to the boat's anchor, still alive, and thrown overboard, condemned to a watery grave. The yacht returned, and they did not. Their bodies were never recovered. Obviously, the sudden disappearance of Thomas and Jackie Hawks immediately raised suspicions. Their son, Ryan, grew increasingly concerned when his parents didn't answer their phones. He knew something was terribly wrong. Family members found the Well-Deserved moored in its usual spot at Newport Beach, but the couple and their car, a silver Honda CR-V, were nowhere to be found. Jim Hawks, Tom Hawks' brother and a retired police officer, left a note on the Well-Deserved with his phone number in hopes that the buyer would contact him. It was Jennifer Henderson who called him back, telling him she and her husband Skylar had paid for the boat with cash in full. Still suspicious, Jim Hawks reached out to a friend of the family who managed the missing couple's finances while they were traveling. Jim knew that Tom and Jackie would have deposited that money into their bank account if they had sold the boat. He found there was no activity on their account. Police inquired into the couple's disappearance, and on November 26, 2004, it was discovered that an attempt was made to access the Hawks' bank account from Mexico. Authorities began investigating, and their attention quickly turned to Skylar Deleon, who was already on probation for armed burglary, and he was already a convicted felon. Jennifer Henderson, a hairstylist, was the breadwinner for the family while she, Deleon, and their child lived in a converted garage behind their parents' home in Long Beach. Given their living situation, the couple did not seem to police like buyers of such an extravagant yacht. Police searched the yacht, where they found a receipt from Target. The purchase listed trash bags, bleach, and the antacid Tums. Target was able to provide surveillance photos of the purchases to police, but investigators, who expected to see Skylar Deleon buying these supplies, were surprised to find Steve Henderson, Jennifer's father, in the photos instead. Police learned Jennifer sent her father to buy the bleach, Tums, and trash bags so the couple could help clean their new boat. On November 29th, the police interviewed Deleon. Deleon told them that he bought the boat from the Hawks and provided proof of purchase documents. Much to their surprise, Deleon openly admitted to police that he used drug money to buy the vessel. He claimed he was trying to invest the money to support his growing family. He then told police that the Hawks couple left in their car with the purchase money and named Alonzo as a witness to the purchase. Nearly a month after his parents vanished, Ryan Hawks went to the media to ask the public for help after investigators hit a dead end. A retired couple in San Miguel, Mexico heard his plea and told police that they saw the missing couple's 1998 silver Honda CR-V parked next to a mobile home. The mobile home's owner told Mexican authorities he didn't know Tom or Jackie Hawks, but that the car was given to him from a friend, Skylar Deleon. With the discovery of the car, police realized that Skylar Deleon and Jennifer had been down there. On December 17, 2004, police arrested Skylar Deleon on money laundering charges while they continued investigating him for the murder of Tom and Jackie. Investigators searched Deleon's home, finding the Hawks' laptop and their video camera, which Deleon's family had used to document the Thanksgiving that the Hawks' never got to spend with their family. Deleon's story unraveled rapidly. His attempts to clean and resell the well-deserved yacht raised red flags. Then, the notary who Deleon said had witnessed the sale of the yacht to him in a marina parking lot revealed that she had lied to cops and backdated the paperwork in exchange for cash. And then there was Alonzo. In March 2005, after initially fleeing to Mexico and returning, Alonzo broke his silence. Facing intense pressure and haunted by his role in the murders, Alonzo confessed, detailing the gruesome events of November 15th. Alonzo told police that on November 15, 2004, he, Skylar Deleon, and another accomplice, John Kennedy, set out towards Santa Catalina Island on the well-deserved with Tom and Jackie Hawks on a sea trial. Alonzo said Deleon and Kennedy overpowered Tom Hawks and handcuffed him, while Alonzo subdued and handcuffed Jackie Hawks. Alonzo said he, on Deleon's orders, taped over the couple's eyes and mouths and tied them together as Deleon navigated the boat toward the deepest point of the sea. Alonzo said they then tied the couple, handcuffed, to one of the yacht's anchors. Then Deleon threw the anchor overboard and it dragged the couple over the side. The trials that followed were sensational. Skylar Deleon, Jennifer Henderson, Alonzo Machane, and another man, Myron Gardner, who acted as an accessory to the murder, were all arrested and charged. Jennifer Henderson, despite her claims of ignorance, was convicted of murder for her role in luring the Hawks and assisting in the initial stages of the crime. She received 2 life sentences. Alonzo, due to his cooperation, received a lesser sentence of 20 years and 4 months. Reportedly, in March 2009, after spending 4 years incarcerated, Myron Gardner pleaded guilty to accessory after the fact, and the murder charges against him were dropped. It was Skylar Deleon who received the ultimate penalty. In 2009, he was convicted of 2 counts of first-degree murder with special circumstances. He was also reportedly convicted of a completely separate murder that took place in 2003. The jury recommended the death penalty, and the judge concurred. Skylar Deleon was then sentenced to death and still remains on death row. John Kennedy was also convicted of the double murder and, like Skylar Deleon, sentenced to death. Deleon's motive was pure, unadulterated greed. Skylar Deleon, a man drowning in debt, saw Thomas and Jackie Hawks not as human beings, but as a means to an end. He extinguished 2 innocent lives, shattering a family, all for a yacht and a few $100,000.